Good morning, warriors. Good morning, sixth graders. Welcome to the lesson 3. Today we are going to see a new topic, and is the lesson 3, a shining example of clean energy. Today we are going to see the ways how can we get energy. Some of them you know it, so we're going to have like a review, and we are talking about electricity always, and this important topic for the third lesson. After this lesson, we are going to have a meet the next class. I think it's tomorrow, and we are going to define the questions, discuss the questions, and get ready for the quiz of the next week. So let's go. What is not, or why isn't? Why is not solar power used very often? Most of the electricity that you use every day is created by burning coal, right? Burning coal is this, right? So coal is a fossil fuel, and like all fossils fuel, burning it creates greenhouse gases. So the question is, in the beginning, for example, in the town, the people cook with wood or use this burning coal. In the past, people used in trains and some cars or vehicles the burning coal. But actually everything is by electricity. The electricity can come by water, right? Hydroelectric or hydroelectric way, and it's not necessary, right, to use it. This is like in the past. So fossil fuels burning, it creates greenhouse gases. Alternative energy sources are being used more and more to provide the electricity. We need to run our world. Obviously we need to continue working. We're not going to stop, right? Wind power is other way how can we get energy. For example, if you go to Santa Ana or Jojona, you can find, right, eólicas. So there you can find other way to provide electricity. So we need to run our worldwide power is of the cleanest option, but solar energy is other. Solar energy, wind power, is the most abundant power source we have on the planet. It is also very clean. Every day, the sun sends an enormous amount of energy to Earth's surface. It's many times more the amount humans being used each day. Finding an efficient way to capture the sun energy and turn into a usable form to still a challenge through. For example, this is a burning coal example. Greenhouse gases, right, produced by this way. Energy from the sun travels to Earth in the form of radiation. The radiation, something that is killing the people, killing the animals. Especially in your house, you can have radiation in your mobile devices or microwave ovens or antennas of Claro Tigo. If you have near of your house, you can have radiation. You feel this energy is as heat, and you see some of it as visible light. One use human beings have found for the sun's radiation is to heat things. Mirrors and lenses can be used to focus huge amount of sunlight onto a small area, but not to catch the energy, right? So only to focus huge amounts of sunlight. All that heat aimed to one spot creates a tremendous amount of thermal energy. Thermal, right? It can be used to heat up water or other liquids, which are then used to heat homes. It can also be used to create steam, right? Steam to power or turbine. Turbine is other machine that is very important when we have water and generate electricity. Another way sunlight can create electricity is through the use of solar cells, right? Instead of mirrors and lenses, it's better to use the solar cells. Why? Because these devices, also called photovoltaic cells, right, contain special chemicals elements and compounds called semiconductors. The solar cells have semiconductor. Always, always, always. Solar cells use protons. Solar cells use protons to create electricity. Protons, those mean positive, right? Positive parts of an atom or atoms. Protons are little packets of the energy. Repeat, protons are little packets of energy. The all weights of radiation, including sunlight, contain when the proton is sunlight hits the atom of the semiconductor, right? Electrons are knocked loose. These loose electrons start traveling among the atoms of the semiconductor. This is the process that we have in one panel of the semiconductors or protons working or traveling or moving during the solar cells. So, as you know, electricity is electrons, obviously, on the move, right? The solar cells captures the electrical energy of these moving electrons and makes it useful for other devices. Correct. So if you have a panel of solar cells, you can use it for your lights in your house, maybe want to charge one cell phone, or maybe to turn on one TV, but only for during some periods of times, not all the time, right? Because it's like a battery that absorb the sun's heat and make like the energy produced. So these are disadvantages. To using solar power. For example, the electricity of solar cell creates is still expensive compared to other methods. Small solar cells are common in calculators, but big electricity users like office buildings need a lot of cells to provide enough power. Another disadvantage is that the sun's heat is not available at night and during some storms, so an additional storage device is needed. In Honduras, we have a lot of hydroelectric places. For example, Dacajon is the name, is the biggest and one of the most famous in Central America. Right, hydroelectric plant and work with turbines, right, that turns and move the water. Other way to have electricity is the eolic, right? The eolicas in Santa Ana in the mountains, right? We can put it in the big hills or mountains. So other is the panels of solar systems, solar panels, right, or cells to provide electricity. And the other is the generator. This is a motor that work with gasoline, right? And in the school we have one, and we can produce electricity for one microwave or something that can help you in a moment, right? For one charger to cell phone or one computer maybe, or one television. But you have to spend money putting gasoline, right? This is another example of the hydroelectric plant. Let's go to do the classwork. So we have some questions. You got the letters of the best answer to each question below. Pay attention to this question. Don't confuse. If you don't know, look for the theory again. So, what is heat? This is the first question. What is heat? Option A, energy on the move. Option B, the opposite of light. Option C, the thermal energy stored in matter. And the letter D is a force created by protons. What is heat? Energy on the move, the opposite of light. Okay, this is not the answer. The thermal energy stored in matter? I don't think so. Force created by protons? I don't think so. I think it's the number one. Number two, a semiconductor is a type of solar cell, computer, chemical, or turbine. Turbine. Semiconductor is a type of solar cell, computer, chemical, or turbine. I think it's solar cell, right? So, the number three, protons are powerful being of light. Solar cells used to generate electricity. Packets of electromagnetic energy. And the last one, I didn't read it, sorry. It was the bits of electricity created by a turbine. It's a packet, right? Protons are packets of electromagnetic energy. Or, yeah, I think this is the answer. Yeah, this is the answer. The next one is, write your answer on the lines below. What is the solar radiation? What is radiation? Right, we have like waves of magnetism that produce radiation, right? Explain the difference between using solar cells to create electricity and using mirrors or lenses to create electricity. I think it's not the same. I told you the reading said that with mirror and lenses, you only can hot or make change the temperature of some matter, but you cannot produce electricity, right? So why have not, or why haven't solar cells or other forms of solar power replace the use of fossil fuels? Why? Right? We are talking about a process of history, so you can include your answer. Do you think solar energy will be used more in the future? Explain your answer. I think is yes. Actually, we have electric cars. I think it's going to switch the full cars or of gasolines or diesel cars. So it's important to know about these topics. So love you so much. See you in the next class. I think it's tomorrow. Love you so much. Bye bye. Do your classwork and upload your classwork, please.